that, is near and dear to my heart, but I am an ex-offender. I was in prison, federal prison, for almost 5 years. And my childhood was, I'm from Covington, Virginia. I'm from a little small town called Covington, Virginia. And I did a lot in the community. I, was a straight A student, gifted and talented person, went to college, did all that, got married, had a child, lived the American dream, so to speak. But then things started changing. I got divorced. I became a single parent. I had no support system. I had nobody to trust. So a person that I allowed in my life, who was a male, I don't want to make excuses, but kind of use my naivete and use my residence to store his drugs. And long story short, the feds came to my house and knocked my door down with a battering ram, just like something from an episode of Cops. And I, in turn, the person that I trusted like a brother, that I thought really loved me and loved my son, implicated me in the whole entire thing so that they could get a plea bargain and not do 30 years, because he was a 3-time whatever. So the United States of America were against Monique, Marshall Minor Hunter, and that hurt. But not only what hurt was that I believed in the system. My bachelor's degree is in criminal justice. I believed, irregardless of everything that was going on, that the system would work for me and that justice would prevail, because I had nothing to do with what he was doing. I had nothing to do with that. And so when they started offering me plea bargains and, talking about jail time and all this stuff, I'm like having an out-of-body experience. It was very, very unreal. And I'm like, well, why would I take a plea bargain and say that I committed crimes that I did not commit? Well, conspiracy carries a mandatory minimum of 5 years and, all these points and this and that and the third. I said, well, okay, but I'm innocent. I didn't do it. So I went to trial, and I had a trial by jury of what they said were my peers, but they were not. And conspiracy in this country for federal offenders, all it takes is 2 people to corroborate a story. No evidence, no videotapes, no fingerprints, none of that. Just 2 people to say, you knew. The guy that I trusted and loved like a brother, and the dude that he was working for, were dumb enough to get caught. But because they didn't want to do 20 and 30 years, they said I knew that they put the drugs in my house. $16,000 worth of heroin is what they told me. So because they said that, I had to do a mandatory minimum sentence of 5 years. I have been out of prison since May the 1st, 2015. Was that something that I thought that I could ever survive? No. Was it something that you could have told me 20 years ago, Monique, you're gonna go to prison one day? Hell no. But it happened. And what I can say is, as much as it hurt my family, my mother and my father and my only child, I have one son, I was the only constant in his life, and I was ripped away from him at a delicate age of 15 years old, so I had instilled a lot in him at that time. But coming out, my son, he said, Mom, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because you stood up.
Yes.
They offered me a plea down to 18 months. which meant I would have gone to jail for maybe a year and some change. No. So I got sentenced to 69 months. And I've been in a multitude of federal facilities. But since May the 1st of 2015, I had to return to Covington, to my parents' home, and start my life over again. From the divorce, I had to start over from that. Okay, so here I am. Now I'm stigmatized in a major way because I'm an ex-felon with multiple charges. I mean, they acted like I was Scarface's wife or something. I mean, it's crazy how many charges they put on me because they didn't have anything. So they were just doing whatever they could, but the conspiracy was the main one. So being a survivor, knowing that you can make a change and you can make a difference, I know. Since I've been out in less than 2.5 years, I have received and completed my life coach certification. I have completed my master's degree in psychology with the emphasis in industrial organization psychology.
Yes.
I have my voting rights, driver's license. You know, I'm working. I've moved from Covington back over here to Roanoke. I'm new to this area, really. I know Valley Mall and doctor's offices. That's all I know. So I've been here since July, and you know, I'm trying to make a difference. And I want to be the voice of everybody, especially women, I will say that, because I met a lot of women in prison and local jails who were there for drugs, who were there for the same reason I was, dudes that's out on the street with the tattoos and the big guns, and you know, we're bad until the cops come. And then they'll put their wife in jail. Mm-hmm. So, you know, a lot of women are incarcerated. A lot of children don't have their parents. And it is up to us to set the example, and that's why I believe so strongly in not judging people. Because I know I'm judged. I've been judged.
Yes.
My whole life I've been judged.
Yes.
People look at me and they automatically think one thing. You don't know me. You don't know me.